All right, ready? Okay. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, can I tell you a little bit about my family?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay, good. The whole sermon actually hinged on you saying yes. So, I don't know about your family, but in my family, we really like to be right. We really like to be right. Most of us will argue and defend our point vehemently, passionately, endlessly, because we love the feeling of being right. And usually we think we are right. We are just convinced that we are right. However, sometimes we're wrong. I have realized that lately, more than I ever have, mostly because of my relationship with my fiancée, Sarah. I mess up all the time. I consistently find that I am not right. I say something that makes Sarah think that I think a certain kind of way, or I take an action without considering her thoughts and feelings first. I'm not right a lot of the time. So I don't know if you can relate to that, if that fits in with how you think. I have found myself constantly asking friends and family that are steps ahead of me for advice on how to be right. Because, like I said, when I go my own way, when I do things like I think I should do them, I find that I'm not right, at least half the time. So I need help. I need advice with that. So maybe you have found yourself in a place or area of life where you realize you are not right. And you need some sort of outside source, some sort of outside help in guiding you along the right path. Or maybe you're like my family, and you think you are right, and everyone else is wrong. But thinking that way, having that mindset, has led you to create a lot of enemies. Or maybe a lot of people have turned against you because you're right and everyone else is wrong, and that has not put you on a lot of people's good side. So if either of those people is you, the book of Proverbs has a lot to say about us. Turn with me to Proverbs 19 and 20. Chapters 10 through 29 of the book of Proverbs contain a wealth of sayings on how to live wisely. The general consensus of what these scriptures say to people like us, those who think we're right or realize we're not right, is that we could all grow in our teachability. So Proverbs 19:20 speaks to this effect, and I'm going to read from the New American Standard Version, right? Proverbs 19 and 20. Let's see what it says. Listen to counsel and accept discipline, so that you may be wise the rest of your days. Let me say that again. Listen to counsel and accept discipline, so that you may be wise the rest of your days. Like I said before, when I'm right, I love it. There is nothing like the feeling of being right. However, if I'm not right, I often find it difficult to accept correction from someone else. I'm kind of bullheaded. I don't like to be told that I'm not right. Sometimes I'm embarrassed if I'm corrected. I would much rather be right than wrong. However, this proverb seems to suggest that if I heed advice given to me and accept discipline, then I'm going to grow in wisdom. And that's how I want to be. I want to grow in wisdom. Going back to the text, the first word is listen. Most of you guys, you've been around the school for a while. You've probably heard some taken an Old Testament class. This word listen is used a lot in the Old Testament. It's this word shema, used quite often, and it doesn't mean just to hear, but it means to hear with an intent to act, to follow through, to take action. So when the counsel is given, the intent behind the verbiage is that the counsel will be acted upon. Have you ever listened to someone giving advice, and they're saying things to you, and you're smiling, and you're nodding, and in your head you're thinking, I am not going to do what this person is telling me. You've already decided, even before they finish their sentence, you've already decided that you don't want to follow through with what they're telling you. Trust me, I do that all the time. But this is not talking about that. This is taking what people with lived experience and who know you and have the authority to speak into your life, it's taking them seriously, and you're planning to act on their advice. So if they know you're not right, will you humble yourself and admit that you could take advice from someone else? How will you respond when you are disciplined? Will you accept it, learn from it, or will you say screw it and keep on doing whatever you were doing before? I have a tendency to do that every now and then. And like I said, I really don't like being not right. And I also really don't like other people not knowing that I'm right. I would want everyone to think that I'm right all the time. But like I said, I'm definitely not. So if anyone catches me being wrong, I may not respond well. But I think this challenge from the verse in Proverbs is to approach that discipline with a different mindset, choosing to learn and grow in wisdom rather than reject it. So if I listen to counsel and accept discipline, I may be wise the rest of my days. That's what the proverb seems to be telling me. The book of Proverbs does not guarantee that I will be wise indefinitely or immediately. Obviously, I'm still very much a work in progress. So despite what I may think, I'm not right all the time. But by choosing to listen to others, accepting the discipline that would come my way, I am being molded into a person of wisdom over time. So my challenge for you is this. Act out the next piece of advice given to you from someone you trust. Don't just hear it. Write it down. Tell it to somebody else. Make sure they hold you accountable. But act it out. Do it. Maybe you'll see something change, you know. By choosing a lifetime of listening, the Lord will mold us into people of wisdom. Thank you.